Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning back into my YouTube channel. This is a core conditioning circuit that you can do. It's one of those things that we always think core, abs, but it doesn't actually necessarily mean the whole of the core. The core is so important all the way from your glutes, directly link all the way into your inner thighs, directly link into your abs. Up is one big kind of connected chain. So just crunching down on those abs is not particularly helpful for us. So I'm going to give you some core conditioning drills that will help. I'm really train your core enough in terms of the front of the body and also the back of the body as well, remember? You're going to need a block for one of the movements, but don't worry if you don't have one. You can actually just use something like a water bottle or something. You'll see in a minute. You don't necessarily need it. Okay, so we're going to start off with, it's one of my favorite ones. We're going to, well, I say favorite, not super fun, but super useful and helpful for us. So from here, you can take your elbow down towards the ground. I would probably use a mat if I was you. It's probably nicer on the elbows. From here, your elbows in line with the hip and in line with the knee. You're going to start to lift your hip off of the ground. And you're like, hey, I can do a side plank. Let me take my knee off. But it's not really about that right now. You're thinking about elbow underneath the shoulders and hip lifting. Now actually, we're going to start to lift and lower that top leg. So it doesn't have to be a fast movement. It also doesn't have to go super high. And we're going to take about 15 on one side before we go to the other. So of course, the option is if you want to straighten out the leg, you can. But I don't want to see that at the compensation of your lower hip coming down to the ground. So if you can do that without that, go ahead, be my guest. Otherwise, you're with me. We're going to do 5 more here. Slowly lifting and lowering. It's a bit of a secret assassin, so you're going to feel your right glute working more as well. So yes, we're working the obliques, we're working the abs, but actually that side of the right hip is working super hard too to keep yourself lifted. Okay, might have given you a few more for a bonus round there. Come on to the other side. So knee in line with the hip in line with the elbow. Lift the hip off of the ground and slowly start to lift and lower that top leg. And the emphasis is really on driving this hip a little higher. You're going to feel a little referral in the top leg because of the previous round as well. Don't forget to breathe. Neck is in line with the spine. Let's just go for 5 more reps here. 3, 2, and 1. Lovely work. Come onto your back. Here's where the block comes into it. Again, you can just use a bottle if you don't have a block, or anything that you can hold between the elbow and the knee. So you're going to keep the elbow and the knee like so. You can put your head on your hands. And from here, think about keeping this knee about 90 degrees and keeping the tension. This is already quite tough. I don't have a gap between my back and the floor. I've got a lower back tucked under. And then from here, you're going to start to bring your left knee towards your chest. And then on the exhale, you come out. If you ever feel your lower back lifting off the ground, I want you to send that left leg a little bit higher. So protect your back as much as you can. It is like core. Inhale in, exhale out. So I'm really keeping that tension as much as I can on the side of the body. We're allowing the body to get used to moving while stabilizing our core. Unagi. From here. Inhale in, exhale out. Whew. Don't know about you, but my core is firing already. You have 5 more to do here. Inhale in, exhale out. 4 more. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, guys. Let's do the other side now. So left elbow, left knee. You're creating tension through the block. And then you can take your hand to your head. Keep that tension. Keep the knee where it is as much as you can. Your inhale takes your right leg in. Exhale takes it out. Lower back still driving down to the ground. My ribs are sucking towards my spine. Keep the control. Not a fast movement, this one. Slow and steady wins the race, as they always say. Just take a few more rounds. Inhale in and exhale out. 4 more times like that. Inhale in. Exhale out. Couple more. Whew, good. Now, let's work on a little bit of our back body. So like I said, it's a super integral point of your core, not just those glamorized abs. From here, you're going to think about squeezing your bum. So my glutes are working super hard, squeezing the thighs together. And you're going to reach the arms forward And then you're going to squeeze the elbows together in a W shape, so squeezing your shoulder blades. As you reach forward, you inhale. As you exhale, you reach back. Imagine the elbows coming all the way down by the torso. You're squeezing. The neck is still in line with the spine. So I'm looking down to the ground. Squeezing that little bun of steel. Inhale, reach. Exhale to squeeze. I'm just going to take a few more rounds like that. So anywhere between 12 to 15 of these. As you exhale, you squeeze. And inhale to reach. Let's take 4 more. Two more. And last one. Last one you're going to do, you're going to come onto your back once more. You're going to come into a bridge position. So like I said, pelvis, all of this relates to our core in general. So in an ideal world, you can have something to squeeze between your legs, but don't worry if you don't have it. From here, you're going to think about your feet coming back towards your heels. And if you have got something between your legs, you're squeezing it to activate the inner thighs. Lower back down to the ground. I'm driving through the heels. As I bring myself up to lift, I come all the way slowly back down. And actually, you could probably serve to do about 15 to 20 of these. Really think about driving through the heels, driving through the ball of the big toe as well. Imagine your feet like this little tripod. So little toes, big toe, and heel. Stay lifting and lowering. You'll notice as you're starting to feel the core, the glutes firing up. Also, all the way around the lower back. So important to keep this part of your body stable and strong. It's how that kind of transition from your upper body and lower body works. This is called your lumbo-pelvic hip complex. And you need to be able to keep it safe and strong. All right, I think we're about 15 now. The last few, let's just do 5 more. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, guys. Well done. If you have time, you can go back and do the same round one more time over. If you're feeling super keen, you can do 2 more times over. Remember, just always go at your own pace. You can always take less reps. You can always take it a little slower. My main focus is that you're keeping yourself nice and healthy, keeping that technique as much as you can. Drop me a line with any questions that you have, either in the below comments, otherwise at Kim Hartwell on Instagram or kimhartwell.com. That's my website, and you'll find my email, kim@kimhartwell.com. Hopefully see you soon, guys. Good work today. Take care.